What's good, YouTube, and all you Dolphins fans? It's the Miami Football Fanatic here again, and today I'm going to be doing another training camp, day 5 recap. Going to be letting you know what happened during practice and how the guys performed and how certain guys are coming along and what the team went through today. Alrighty, so let's get to it. So today for the Dolphins on the 5th day of training camp, the practice was finally moved into the bubble with there being warnings of lightning in the area. So obviously the team didn't want to risk it and moved into the comfort of the bubble. The team was in full pads for the first time during the whole training camp, and contact was a little more than a thud. There was a lot of contact today. Bodies were flying around, and the intensity seemed to increase with every single drill. A couple of players took that intensity to another level. It didn't take long for Amendola and Nickelback Bobby McCain to have a heated exchange, a repeat from last year in New England when McCain and Amendola went at it. Both players are ultra competitive, obviously, and going against each other every day will make both of them better for the regular season. Also, wideout Jakeem Grant mixed it up with rookie safety Minkah Fitzpatrick. Football, is a contact sport, a violent sport, and it wouldn't be training camp without a few guys losing their cool. It's all well and good as long as they get it out of the way now. Don't think it's going to have an effect on the rest of training camp. There was a lot of situational football today. Today's emphasis focused on the 2-minute drill before halftime and third down situations, which we were absolutely terrible in last year. I mean, that's a bit of a trend for Gase the last 4 years. I mean, his offense in Chicago did a terrible job converting third downs as well. And last year for us, last 2 years, we weren't great at third downs. I think we were a bit better in 2016, but in 2017 we were one of the worst in the league. So we just have to get better in that area. Have to get the guys in better positions. To convert on third downs and get the chains moving. Third down is, the most important down in football. Both of these drills, the 2-minute drill before halftime and third down, were won by the defense, who stalled both the first team and the second team offenses off the field after 3 plays. The offense did have a couple of bright spots at the end of the period. Wide receiver Rashawn Scott had an acrobatic sideline catch on the sideline that would have moved the chains. Scott, along with Isaiah Ford, have been impressive and are making the coaches take notice. Isaiah Ford, that guy's just ultra talented. No idea why he went in the 7th round. Probably because of his 40 time, but we are so stacked now at receiver, it's not even funny. I don't even know how Isaiah Ford's going to get out there on the field, but it only is his second year, so maybe he'll have a better chance in his 3rd or 4th year to make it happen. But we just got so many guys this year. Devontae Parker, Kenny Stills, Albert Wilson, Danny Amendola, Jakeem Grant, Isaiah Ford, Rashawn Scott. Oh, and I forgot Leonte Carroo. I mean, Leonte Carroo's kind of getting lost in the shuffle at the moment. You haven't heard much from him in training camp, but we are so stacked. It's going to be some tough decisions for the GM and all those involved with the, cutting the team down to 53. But we got so many wideouts. It's a great problem to have. But at the end of the day, we're going to have to let a couple guys go, and a couple of relationships are going to have to get cut off. So yeah, Rashawn Scott and Isaiah Ford have been impressive and are making the coaches take notice. On defense, defensive back Tevez Calhoun came up with his first interception of training camp, which was an interception of Osweiler, which isn't surprising. Osweiler is just straight trash. For a guy his size, he should have a better arm, and he's a terrible athlete, and he is not a great quarterback, full stop. That interception continues the streak of at least one pick in each practice. The speed and penetration of the entire defensive front showed throughout practice today, with Cam Wake and Robert Quinn were just absolutely dominating today. It was relentless and has been consistent through the first 5 practices of training camp, which is understandable because with the new CBA, offensive linemen do not have as many opportunities to get snaps and to get reps with real contact and with the pads on. So offensive linemen are going to lose early in training camp. They are going to get beat up because they just don't have as much of an opportunity to build that cohesiveness, to get used to blocking with pads. So the defensive line always dominates early in camp. It was the same thing last year. Head coach Adam Gase referenced the group in his post-practice press conference, so he was, commending the guys on the defensive front. Gase likes how the guys have taken the speed and technique from their individual drills and have applied that to their work during the 11-on-11 team periods. And from what's being seen, it's not just one or two guys getting it done, and that's exciting to see. So you got Robert Quinn and Cam Wake wreaking havoc. You haven't heard much of Andre Branch, but I have heard that Charles Harris has come in like an absolute beast and is ready to make things happen. So we're going to have like 4 or 5 guys at D end who are just going to wreak havoc. Tight end AJ Derby today remained out of practice with a foot injury. The team was doing tests on it. And rookie Mike Gesicki again took first team reps with Marquise Gray. Thomas Duarte has received more work and has made several catches the past 2 days. I want to see more of Duarte. I like what I saw from him from UCLA. The guy's he's a tremendous athlete and a great receiving tight end. So Duarte, I really want to see more of what he can do. Through 5 practices, Cordrea Tankersley and Torrey McTire have started team drills with the starters twice each, and Tony Lippert once. So Tankersley and McTire look like they're in front of Lippert at the moment. Brock Osweiler, as I said before, threw his 4th interception in 5 days. This one to Tevez Calhoun, and should have had a second interception Monday, but linebacker Jerome Baker dropped it. So he could have 5 interceptions in 5 days. Osweiler, you are trash, son. FAU undrafted rookie Greg Joseph stayed competitive today in the kicking competition with Jason Sanders, our 7th round pick from New Mexico. Joseph today was 7 of 7 on field goals, including 1 from 55. So Joseph had a great day kicking. I really have to see these guys in the preseason, see what kind of legs these guys have, see how clutch they are, see if they can convert in certain situations to know just who's better. Because at the moment, he sounds pretty even in training camp. So Greg Joseph and Sanders really want to see what they can do in the preseason. Defensive end Cameron Wake has said that Charles Harris has had the best off-season of any Dolphin. He said that he's made great strides, and he also said that he looks like he's going to make the biggest jump from year 1 to 2, which is what I've been saying to Charles Harris. I just can't wait to see what kind of a beast, an animal he's going to be this year. Just, looking at some footage, looking at some of the pictures of training camp, he looks like he's put on a good 10 or 15 pounds. He looks like an absolute beast now. He could be 260 plus. Maybe even in the Cam Wake range, 260, 265, something like that, 263 or whatever. Low 260s, but Charles Harris, I'm incredibly excited what he can bring this year. So yeah, that's it. That's pretty much it. That's the notes for today. Nothing major. Brock Osweiler still sucks. The offensive line's getting beat up a bit at the moment. As I said, they haven't had the proper reps and the proper time to get things down. So hopefully, as training camp and preseason progresses, those guys will, pull their heads in and become the great offensive line that we all think they can be. But today, was a bit more of a feisty practice with it being moved into the bubble, with them being moved out of that 100-degree crazy humidity heat. So it was much more physical, much more feistiness today, but that's what you want to see from the guys. Just showing that passion, that competitiveness, and just, building that chemistry and building this great team. Alrighty, guys, that's it for this video. Make sure to leave your feedback in the comment section. And as always, fins up, baby.